Hey everybody, I thought I'd share kind of what my armamentarium looks like on the day of surgery. So this is kind of what I go into surgery with. I have a surgical guide. This one happens to be timed. We'll talk about what that means in a minute. It's also got an internal irrigation tube where I could hook up the sterile saline or sterile water directly to the port and not have to have it come through the handpiece, which would miss everything. I have my implant. I'm placing a Urus 3.0 implant. Urus is mostly what I place these days because of this kind of workflow. I also have here, which is kind of controversial, a direct to fixture provisional. Should I get torque on the day of surgery? I'm going to screw that bad boy in. I have a few extra printed. This is printed out of Flexera Smile Ultra Plus, which is the only material I've found personally strong enough to do this with. I've done quite a few, and they are extremely strong. And then I have it in Maryland Bridge in case I don't get torque on the day of surgery. I will go ahead and slide that bad boy in. There is the surgical guide here. So you see the Urus, I used the Urus guided kit, and there is notches on that sleeve corresponding to hex location, which allows me to do immediate placement provisionals or even finals in some instances. There's the irrigation tube here that goes through the guide and delivers cooling fluid directly below the sleeve. This kind of guided cooling is what I found to be better for guided cases. It's kind of a hands-off approach. I don't have to worry about it because normally what happens is unless you have a irrigated, you can see here that's the other side there, so it's showing communication there. I have a tutorial on YouTube on how to do those, super easy. Normally, if you think about guided, the coolant just kind of doesn't even go where it needs to go. So there is my direct to fixture print. What that means is I printed the whole thing, the hex, the provisional and everything, and it will get placed onto the implant. This is a dummy implant that I'm just demonstrating for you guys, kind of what it is and what the process looks like. So you would screw that down on the day of surgery after you got proper torque. This thing is wicked strong. Look, I'm going to try to break it here, and I am using all of my strength to try to snap it at that connection. Really leaning on it pretty hard there. It's not going anywhere. If the patient breaks that, they were not following post-operative instructions to be careful. And then if it does break, they've definitely been putting too much forces on the implant, and you'll get implant failure anyway because it's kind of a safety mechanism. If they call me up and it's broken, I know they were too hard on it, and I'll be like, guess what? You were too hard on that tooth. There's a good chance that implant's going to fail. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys understand kind of the workflow. We do have some classes on this kind of stuff. Check us out at themodelinstitute.com.